Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, I know I'm starting late. Bunch of crazy stuff going on. I found out some stuff today that just blew me away, but I am here. I'm gonna do a little bit of a shorter stream, probably just go over a few things. Did you get your nap, Bullshiffer? Oh shit, I didn't start the timer, did I? Oh, well, screw it, it started now. Sorry about that. Who would have thunked it? Last night's show was wild, dude. Last night's show was wild. I have no... I even got Rhino to comment on it. He thought it was crazy. He said he watched my coverage of it. And I'd do some work at work tonight. Am I your excuse not to do any work?
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through.
I think I shared it everywhere. Sorry if the timer's a little bit long.
Listen up,
I forgot to start it at first.
because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway.
I hope you guys got a chance to see Intel Lady today. She did one of those shows where she lets people request the character she does. It was actually really good. It's instead of having a script and stuff, it's more like ad lib on the fly. It was pretty good. Intel Lady has much more talent than I do. I don't know why she doesn't have 100 times the subscribers she does. She does a very good job. I was in there. I had a couple phone calls too, but I was in there in the chat, and I shared the link. Search for Fungus Tooth. She's good at what she does for sure. Like, I wish I had her acting skills. I mean, I'm funny, but I can't do impressions. I probably would be a horrible. I can do a Southern version of everything. So, if you need a bad Southern impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I could probably get that one. Or I can't get rid of this. I can't get rid of the Southern accent. It's just stuck there. Listen, guys, you ain't 15 minutes early, you're late. I guess here we go, guys. Kill this music. Sorry, I was also reading a message. I forgot to lower the music. Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
There's Intel
It's
Lady right
Kevin
there.
Cuckold here. Listen up. I know I promised my family that I wasn't going to disclose any more of my God dreams. But this very important message came through, and I have to tell you guys what's going on. Okay, in my God dreams, I was told very clearly that you must subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional. He's on YouTube and Twitch and all of the other ones. I don't know which. There's a lot of them. Subscribe and hit the bell, the notification bell, and hit the likes on it. Now listen, I don't like Cold Beer Confessional. I don't like Will Bird. I think he's an asshole. But you have to, you've got to do what God dictates in the God dreams. I fear the wrath of God, and so does Uncle Tessie. So subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional today. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional and the God Dreams. The God Dreams will make you subscribe. Will make you subscribe, I'm sure of it. You got to trust Kim Cuckold, I think is when Intel Lady does it. Kim Cuckold. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I did want to address something, I guess, right off the bat. There has been a change up and kind of, I'm sure you guys have noticed some people that used to be here are not here anymore. And maybe you saw them somewhere else. There has been a change up in the moderation staff. We had somebody leave. It was just, it happens, right? Difference of opinion. It's no big deal. Like, I'm not treating it like a big deal. No. People who moderate for me are asked to do some pretty shitty jobs for basically no pay. No, I can't afford to pay them. If I made enough, I would, but no pay, no glory, no nothing. And they're asked to put up with a lot of shit. So they don't owe me a thing, and they volunteered their time to do it. That's why I get so upset when people start fucking with the mods. But they're volunteering their time to do it. So respect the mods, and we have had a change in the moderation staff, but that's just part of it. I've been on here long enough that people come and go, do their thing. That's all right. We're not always going to see eye to eye. And Dr. J Banana, you're never allowed to leave. Dr. J Banana, if you don't know, is the longest running mod. And I believe the only person on this stream that's been here longer consistently is Guess Who Farted This Guy. Guess Who Farted This Guy from Twitch. He might not even be on tonight, but he's consistently on. He's been around forever. So me and Dr. J Banana are going to be buried on this fucking Twitch channel, okay? This is it. We've decided. This is all. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. I started late, and you guys are going to be pissed, but I'm going to do a short one. Why do you always forget me? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We started late. We're going to do a short one. I just got a couple things I want to go over. There's some funny videos I sent myself today. We'll watch and get a laugh first, and then we're going to go over Phil's claim. First of all, about his secret guest. Of course, everybody knows now that was Brad Barton. And then about he was dealing with some Florida residents. And couldn't do his live stream. We'll talk about that and watch that little video and the comments around it. And some people are pissed. Some people are calling him out. Some people are talking shit. You don't count. You would have been here anyways, babe. You don't count. When I'm saying who's been here the longest, I'm not going to say my wife, who I forced to come to the first 45. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you guys for being respectful of the moderators. I know in the past, a lot of times, we've had to have kind of an overwhelming response. We got a lot of people that hate me on the internet. And my moderators got in a way that it was like an overwhelming response at times to shut down any bullshit, right? But we've backed that off. We don't need it as much anymore now. Now that we're more established and people basically know not to fuck with me, so it's a kindler, gentler chat, whether you've noticed it or not. But we try our best. So listen to the mods; they'll tell you what to do, and then we'll go from there. Mariah is a moderator. Mariah's been here forever. I made her come to the first few. She'll be here for the first 15 minutes, and for the outro song, the rest of the time she'll be taking a nap. So if you want to catch her quick. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you want to support the show. The best thing you can do is like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on the video after it's posted. That helps. Comments are the best engagement. And then after that, I think it goes. Well, no, I'm sorry. Retention, like audience retention, is the best engagement. Then it goes to comments, I believe. And then after that, likes and dislikes are on there, but they're ranked the same and they're lower. The best thing you can do is watch the whole video. Sit down and watch the whole video and comment. Those are the best two things you can do. And if you do that, I'd appreciate it. If you want to share it, that means somebody else might watch it. I mean, somebody else might click on it. That'd be great. If you want to support the stream financially, you're more than welcome to do that. You can do that at coldbeer.fund. I put all the links on one website, coldbeer.fund. And yeah, you can check that out. Also, there was, I guess there was, I don't know, there was some dispute of whether, I don't think that, I've never had the opinion. Actually, I've had the opposite opinion the whole time of, anybody can go live anytime they want to, and the open market should decide who's watching who. Now I don't let my moderators do that. My mods need to be here. We're on 4 different platforms, sometimes with 1,000 people live, but well, you're more than welcome to watching. I'm not gonna get mad at you if I find you watching another channel. I don't know who started that, but I'll just go ahead and address it right here. I've always been an advocate that I can hold my audience. Why can't you hold yours? Kind of deal. Liberty Warrior was the first person I ever heard say that. All of his affiliate channels weren't allowed to go live when he was live. But yeah, you can go watch whatever you want. If you want to watch, you stay here and watch. That's cool. If you want to watch a different channel, that's cool. Watch my replay though. Damn it. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. Let's grab this. Let's grab Phil's post first. I'm gonna start with his post, and then hold on just a second.
Mona _on_the_ Hatachi just resubscribed for 8 months. Been a wild ride.
Mona _the_ Hatchie. Mona on the Hatchie. Just subscribed for 8 months. Thank you very much. Been a wild ride. I appreciate that. Any new documents lately? There was a document. We can grab it if you guys really want to. Basically, what it said is there's a document come out from Phil's side. And Phil asked the Scranton Times to produce things and statements and stuff for subpoena. The Scranton Times says, well, that violates, attorney-client privilege. And we'd be happy to give it minus the attorney-client privilege, minus a few things that'll be, blocked out for that, blah, blah, blah. Phil reapplied to force them to answer subpoena questions again and just kind of ignored their dispute. It wasn't much. Like, it's not very interesting. There's no details. There's no data. It's basically just another subpoena filed, and it has, the Scranton Times response about attorney-client privilege. I'll check again today. Well, no, it's the weekend. There shouldn't be anything on there unless it's coming out on Monday. But yeah, it was all right. So Phil says, Phil was supposed to do a live stream. It's supposed to be his biggest live stream. He had a live guest lined up. Everything was go, go, go. He was ready to do it. It was good. You're going to be astonished who it is. You wouldn't believe who it is. Blah, 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 blah. And then he says, nope, no live stream. Why? Because he says, first of all, he says Brunson for no reason at all. Brunson. Then he says, a huge development has me engaged with some Florida residents tonight. My live will be rescheduled ASAP. For tonight, it's postponed. Now, this was the live he was supposed to bring back Brad Barton. Brad Barton did his own fucking live show and said, fuck Phil, and did it himself and broadcast like 12,000 people. I'm pretty sure that Phil just wanted the views. I think that was it. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Before we get started, I've actually got some funny videos that I never played the other day, so let me grab those if I can. There's like some funny TikTok videos I found. We'll check them out. Oh, this is probably my new favorite 911 call. I don't know if you guys have favorite 911 calls, but this is probably my new favorite 911 call. Stop me if you've heard the one about the guy getting attacked by a zebra. Here you go.
What's going on?
I got attacked by a zebra.
You got attacked by a what?
Send the squad quick.
Okay, what attacked you?
A zebra.
A zebra?
Yes, a horse.
Okay, is there anybody with you that's injured or just you?
It's just me right now.
Okay, where's the zebra at?
In the field with me. I got a fire here.
Okay,
Send
is your
the
arm...
chopper.
Thank you, me and you too.
Now, listen, is your arm still attached?
You what?
Did he bite your arm?
Phil is scheduled to go back to court in early May, but I think there's a plan in the works maybe to reschedule that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, is it still attached?
That's right, Mona.
Huh.
Is it still attached, sir?
Mona, I'm gonna record you some videos of just me whispering threats at people, just like, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna get you, and I know that'll probably help you with the ASMR. This man was attacked by a zebra, and the zebra damn near took off his arm.
Come before it gets me again.
Okay, listen.
What? Get me a helicopter.
Okay, is your arm still attached, sir?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are you heavily bleeding?
I mean, he's probably a tough son of a bitch, like a 72-year-old farmer. Like he's probably a tough son of a bitch. It's just weird that it's a zebra. But I'll read about this. Something was wrong with this zebra.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have
rabbit or some shit?
Anything you can put around your arm and hold
I mean,
pressure?
I can't even get up.
Huh?
He's even saying, come before he gets me again. The zebra is acting aggressive.
I can't even get off the ground.
Okay. Can you put pressure for what's on your arm against the ground?
I can't move.
By the way, this is body cam. This isn't just a background. This is body cam footage. Axon Body 3. This is 2023, 3/12/2023. This is body cam footage that we're watching.
Okay?
Okay, stay on here with me. I'm getting you help, okay?
Yeah.
The zebra will not go away. I don't know if you just saw that shot he loaded up.
2 years old.
72 years old. So that was the 911 call, obviously, before the police got there. Here's the news story. A man was hospitalized Sunday after a zebra he owned nearly bit the man's arm off in Pickaway County. It's in Ohio. The incident occurred around 5:30 p.m. Sunday on the 6900 block of Darby Road in Circleville. Pickaway County Sheriff's Office deputies found the 72-year-old man in a fenced-in field lying on the ground. The zebra continued acting erratically while deputies were on the scene assisting the man and reportedly charged at a deputy's cruiser and several deputies that had been positioned to keep the animal from being able to get to the victim again. Like he wanted some of this shit. Like this zebra wanted some. The sheriff's office said the zebra continued to act in a way that appeared aggressive, so deputies began blowing air horns and yelling at the zebra to scare it away. The zebra reportedly continued to charge at the deputies, fire crews, rescue crews, and the man, as well as other members of the victim's family. A deputy eventually shot and killed the zebra because they had to kill the zebra. Because it got I hear once they get the taste of human flesh, they won't back down. Once they get the taste of human flesh, they're addicted. They had to kill the zebra to get the man out of the field. Like, how crazy is that? How crazy is it that you got to shoot the zebra? That is wild. That is wild that you would have to shoot the zebra just to get this man out of there. And it's a big-ass field. Like, if you look at the body cam footage, I mean, it's a couple acres fenced in, and the zebra just wants to hang out right there and fuck anybody who tries to move him. So that's my new favorite 911 call, attacked by a zebra. I hope I get such an interesting 911 call one day. Mine will probably be like something stupid like I fell asleep and fell off the toilet, and now I'm wedged between the back of the toilet and the wall, and I can't get out. That'll probably be the way I go out. Anyways, next video. Next video. This one just blew my mind. We've been watching some cop videos lately. No, so this man owned a bunch of different, it's not a zoo. I don't know if he bred them or you know, if he just owned it for no reason or whatever. But the first thing I asked or the first thing that I looked for was it some type of zoo or even a private zoo, like a drive-through zoo? It wasn't.
Leave my property. I am waiting to take my truck. Leave.
All right, so what this says, it says when a police chief thinks he owns a fire truck and steals the keys to one of the fire engines, taking away a vital piece of equipment for the job. So there's some type of dispute over who owns a fire truck, but not an engine, because separately he steals a key to one of the engines. They name that differently. He steals a key to a fire truck. So I don't know if this is a pickup truck, a crash truck, one of those box trucks like an ambulance setup, but for fire. But the police officer shows up and takes the keys and says he's not leaving. He's not leaving until he gets his truck.
Leave my property. I am waiting to take my truck. Leave the fire department property. Here to take my truck.
Like they're in a stand your ground state. So here's the guy that's in charge of whatever shift's going on. He's saying, you know, leave the fire department property now, sir. I don't know if you've ever seen like when cops and firefighters and sometimes even EMS get in big arguments, but there's a bunch of them. Like, I mean, they get fucking feisty sometimes.
You were not on the board. You were terminated. Show me the paperwork. Leave my property. Show me the paperwork.
He said you were not on the board. You were terminated last year, I think's what he said.
Saying I was terminated from the board. Show me the paperwork saying I was terminated from the board. I'm asking you as interim fire chief.
A fire truck could be a lot of things in American, in the English dialect. It could be all the way from like an engine, a ladder truck, a pump truck, or all the way down to like a pickup truck that would roll out to like crashes with the jaws of life and shit in the back of it. An engine specifically is usually the big ass one that's either a ladder truck or a pump truck, like the huge truck that comes to puts out fires or, you know, has a ladder on it. Usually an engine is the bigger one, but a truck could be any of them.
County Fire and Rescue to leave my property now. Okay, let me inform you of this. Gas cards, everything has been cut off. You are not receiving a bill to pay. You are committing official oppression. How am I committing official oppression? You are using your authority to try to control us. Leave my property now, sir.
I want to see the only reason I shared this, I want to see what this one turns into. It's not that funny. It's just kind of weird, but I wanted to see what it turns into.
Now, sir. You are I see how y'all clean. Get off my property. No, see,
Nolanville Police.
You don't want to listen. Because we need 2 trucks. No, you don't. That's all right. Yeah. Because the Texas Rangers in Bell County don't see it that way, Chief. Let me know. So you better have Kara call me. You will not commit theft and steal the truck that we paid on. Do you have a title? Oh, what?
Wait. So he says you will not commit theft and seize the truck that we paid on. I've got the news story for this one as well, I believe. But let's just finish playing it first.
Where you stated that truck was ours. So play this game. That's an official document. And you are committing IRS fraud right now from a 5013C. Contact the Chiefs Association and the Sheriff's Office, sir. You can play.
So what I'm assuming is happening here is that the city technically owns the truck and the police department has made some type of claim that the fire department doesn't need 2 trucks. It's probably a pickup truck and the police department needs one. And he's trying to take it for his official, not like to take it home.
You fucked yourself.
Oh, you did.
Thank you for recording, KXXB.
Semi-Sapien gifted Slinky Slug Butter a subscription.
Thank you.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Slinky Slug Butter.
Slinky Slug Butter.
51 gift subs in the channel.
That was my nickname in high school, Slinky Slug Butter. Thank you very much. Thank you for the gifted sub, Semi-Sapien.
Better have Kara call me, Chief.
You want her number?
You got her phone number?
Yeah.
Just call the city and tell me.
Better have Karen call me, Chief. So there is some stuff here. Let's see. Yahoo News has something here. See if I can get it on news. Two dead. Nolanville PD awarded grant money. No, that's from a while back. Businesses. Let's see what this one on Yahoo is. I think it's just a video again, though. That wouldn't be helpful if it's just the same fucking video. Hopefully it's a news report about it instead of just a regular video. Give me just a second for the ad to finish.
Cassie22008 just resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you for the resubscription, Cassie. I appreciate that. I think it said, I've been calling you Casey, I think. 22008. Cassie or Casey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. When does this ad end? Do I have to watch the whole thing? It's a 30-second ad. Jesus. About eBay. You kidding me? Oh, and then it stops playing at 29 seconds? Now it's playing another. What is it doing? It opened another ad, and then it played a smaller ad in the corner. Oh my God, just play the damn video. All right, here's an ad. Maybe it'll play this time. Thanks a lot, Yahoo. Yahoo News. No wonder Google beat your fucking brains out in the search engine contest. Oh, here we go. All right.
Volunteer fire department in the city of Nolanville. That department now voting to disband their own board, but current board members say they did not do it the right way. 25 News reporter Jarrell Baker is in.
Oh, the fire department voted to disband their own board.
After months of disputes between a volunteer fire department and the city of Nolanville, that department now voting to disband their own board, but current board members say they did not do it the right way. 25 News reporter Jarrell Baker is in Bell County.
Oh, it's your dog. Well, thank you.
I am asking you as interim fire chief of Central Bell County Fire and Rescue to leave my property now.
Okay, let me inform you of this. Gas cards, everything has been cut off.
You are not the city of
You have
Nolanville.
a
You're
bill
the police
to
chief.
pay.
You are committing official oppression.
Tensions are growing between Central Bell County Fire and Rescue, their board members, and the city of Nolanville.
Instead of them working with us, they were working against us. We wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now if that would have happened.
This week, the volunteers.
So it is a volunteer fire department, and it looked like they were kind of governed by a board, and they voted to disband that board. And that's one of the board members showing up saying, "Show me paperwork. I'm not on the board anymore." Because he said, I'm on the board. I can take this truck if I want to.
Fire department voted to remove their board of directors after they say they had no choice.
I wrote a letter to the city of Nolanville's manager that night. I said, hey, we want to work with you. Unfortunately, this is what has it's got to happen.
Interim Fire Chief David Noble says the city's liaison to the board, Nolanville Police Chief Michael Hatton, does not have their best interests at heart.
We've got to remove this guy, and this is why we're doing it. We've been asking you to do it, but you haven't. Our membership feels threatened. They don't want him here.
Noble says Hatton himself took the keys to two of their essential fire engines early Wednesday morning.
Phil is now going on spring break in Hawaii. Y'all serious? I just saw that in Rumble Chat.
Commit theft and steal the truck that we paid on. Do you have a title? What? We have minutes where you stated that truck was ours.
Interim Chief Noble says their bylaws allow them to remove the board if they have enough voting members. But board president Steve Drayton says they didn't follow their bylaws properly.
You say you dismissed everybody and y'all had a board replaced in the same night. So you had elections. So we're a little bit upset. It's because how the process was followed.
Drayton also says Central Bell County Fire.
Anybody that got removed from a board and their argument isn't like I was trying my best, I was trying to do my best, somebody corrupt is like making me look like a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. If your argument is about if your argument is like the process wasn't followed properly, you're probably a part of the problem.
Still has access to the fire engines, but they'll have to go through the city.
It is the city's vehicle because they bought it. The city also can say, okay, then if there's an issue, we're going to move our vehicle down to the fire, to our building down here. If you need it, you come through us.
Both sides say they're hoping to resolve.
So they were going to take one of the trucks and say, hey, we're going to move it to a different building. And if you need it, come to us. You don't need it, probably, right?
The city also can say, okay, it is the city's vehicle.
Bell County Fire still has access to the fire engines, but they'll have to go through the city.
It is the city's vehicle because they bought it. The city also can say, okay, then if there's an issue, we're going to move our vehicle down to the fire, to our building down here. If you need it, you come through us.
Both sides say they're hoping to resolve the issue properly and quickly so they continue working with each other and help citizens of Nolanville. In Nolanville, Jarrell Baker, 25 News.
God forbid a fire break out and these guys are fighting.
Helping with most fire calls as everything gets worked out.
Oh, also, last kind of shilling piece. First of all, if you want to support the stream financially, go to coldbeer.fund. We've been using Dono Clip. It's really cool. You can send an audio or video clip so you can kind of personalize it. But there's also Buy Me a Coffee. You can join our Patreon. We're doing a top-tier Patreon show tomorrow evening. Actually, I might do something in the afternoon, but plan on tomorrow evening. But if I'm here available, I might do something in the afternoon since it's a weekend show. You can use a skull to donate. This is a donate button that doesn't alert anybody. Like if you don't want your name on screen or you don't want to interrupt, you don't want to make, the alerts go off, you can use this little yellow one. We do have new merch along with a shirt that we relaunched. Resist the Grifts shirt. That's the new one we relaunched. We used to have this one before from a different vendor. It's actually in 2 different colors as well. Black Heather is like a black with like a gray matte mixed into it. And then there's just black. So you see it changing colors there. The Black Heather is like, it's almost like a gray background with mostly black on top of that. The black is just a black. It's in both colors for some reason. But the other ones aren't. It just says resist the grift. It does still have the glasses on it. I'm thinking about making a set that doesn't have the glasses. I don't know. Everybody wants to be wearing a shirt that says Meat Hammer on it. Like, I get it. This one has the glasses on the sleeve, and it's got a custom label from a Cold Beer Confessional label, but that's on the inside. You can't see it, but it's got the glasses on the sleeve. I'm thinking about making one without one on the sleeve if you guys are interested. All right, a couple more funny videos I found while we're on this. Go to coldbeer.fund if you want to support the show financially. Oh, that's what I was going to say. At the very top of coldbeer.fund, at the Daddy M says, how can we tell if Phil's in Hawaii? Are there any Amber Alerts issued for Hawaii yet? But anyways, at the very top of coldbeer.fund, this website where I've got all my donation links, this is my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, and Discord. Join Discord. Stuff's picking up over there. It's getting pretty hot. But the most important thing is subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're getting real close to 1,000 subs. Then after that, I really don't care because that's like the limit to be monetized so I can run ads on my replay. I don't make a whole lot of money off ads, but even if it's like $50 a month, that goes back to the show and helps the show out. So we're trying to get to 1,000 subs as quickly as possible over on this YouTube channel. It's Cold Beer Confessional on YouTube. Even if you think you're subscribed, this is a new channel. We've only been on for a couple months. Make sure you're subscribed to this one. Go to coldbeer.fund, click the YouTube link, and bring it up, please.
2182 just resubscribed for 6 months.
Thank you very much for the resubscription, Smitty. Someone said, what I was laughing at, so it says, I don't know, man, just a shirt with Meat Hammer on it might be pretty slick. It's at least intimidating. If you're willing to wear a Meat Hammer shirt, what aren't you willing to do? That's the question. I watched the first part. Christopher Sander, I think, is in the chat. I watched the first part of his stream. If you don't know, he's also Kettleheads Barbecue in Beer, BBQN, the letter N, beer, over on YouTube. If you want to go subscribe to that, I'll share the copy link address. Here he is, Christopher Sanders' channel. I think he's going to do some other things. He was talking about doing shorts. Apparently, he's really good at barbecuing. But tonight, they were just streaming and drinking a little bit. But there's the link to Christopher Sanders' channel before I close it. And I got a couple more links we'll go over before we get to Phil. I think these are just the funny videos now. Let me see. I already clicked on that one. What's this one? Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is actually a really good roast. Okay. This is Blake Griffin, who you wouldn't think would be that funny. Apparently, he had a really good writer. If you don't know, a lot of times Comedy Central roast, they get a writer for them. And this is a really good roast. Check this out. Kind, thoughtful little pig. Another reference back to his daughter. Apparently, this is older. Some people were saying they had seen this whole roast. It was obviously before the shooting because no one mentioned that. But that's the first time I had seen it. I thought it was really good. And then the last one here. Oh, this is just a weird thing that happened. This guy is in no mood to give any fucks to anybody. There is, in the sport of NASCAR, if you don't know, in the sport of NASCAR, there is something called bear bond. Bear bond is a tape, and it's a super, 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 super sticky tape. What they do is like when a car, it's in drag races and stuff too if you have to run heats, but anytime you're using a high-performance car and you have to do multiple laps or multiple races or multiple whatever, bear bond is a tape that's manufactured, 100-mile-an-hour tape. A lot of people think it's duct tape, but it's called bear bond. They use it like if you break part of the body, or if you get in a collision and there's like something flapping or hanging off, or if you dent the nose in and it's cracked, they tape it up. So NASCAR came out with a rule this year that if a piece of bear bond comes off your car while you're on the racetrack, if it comes off your car while you're on the racetrack, you have to go into the garage and you're penalized for basically putting trash on the track. Now, this is a silly rule for most people because that tape flies off pretty easily, even though it's super strong tape. It flaps in the wind, and eventually the wind gets it when you're doing 150 to 200 miles an hour constantly. Plus, like they have collisions all the time, and, pieces of cars fall off, or you might get in a collision, and 7 or 8 laps later, a piece falls off or whatever. And not many people were happy with this rule. This guy said, fuck your rule and your race. Check this out.
But that's Josh Williams, who was asked
waving to the crowd
for extending the caution. The debris came off his car. He has parked his number 92 at the start-finish line, and
he was penalized and told to go to the garage. He would have to go to the garage and fix that repair, and he could come back, but there's no chance of him winning. The race keeps going while he goes to the garage because a piece of tape fell off his car. This motherfucker took it to the start-finish line, set the goddamn e-brake, got out, and just walked away.
Oh, no. He's walking to the garage. Look at this.
Just waving like a boss. He parked on the track.
Fine, I'll park it right here on the start-finish line.
So, you got that bear bond.
Fuck your race. You come get my car.
Conditions and it blows off.
It is a lot worse when it's cold. Bear bond, it's a tacky tape, so when it's cold, it's not as sticky as if it was hot.
If you get in a wreck of any kind and a piece of bear bond falls off you or out of the race because you littered the racetrack.
I thought they let him come back after the repair. He says he's out of the race, so he parked her on the finish line, by God.
This is some bull, you know what? Never heard of this in my life. You can do whatever you want here. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm
sorry. Dude parks on the start-finish line. Last race I watched was Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s last race. Yeah. My dad was kind of the same way. To be honest with you, my dad refused to celebrate my birthday for 3 years because it was too close to Dale Earnhardt's death day. But that's okay. No, I'm just kidding with you. But yeah, he was that way. He kind of lost interest. And then once Dale Earnhardt was gone, that was it. 3 in the sky till I die, raise hell and praise Dale. That's all I believe. All right, let's go back to Phil. After we just got a chance to laugh for a little bit because this is going to kind of drag on. Phil is a Phil. He's a Phil. Here we go. So again, he said, where'd it go? A huge development has me engaged with some residents of Florida. Now, most people believed, oh, he's probably just, he's probably watching the NCAA tournament. He's probably just taking the night off. A lot of people were actually upset, saying, why does he even schedule them? Why does he do this? Why does he do that? So I think he felt like he had to address it. I stopped watching after Junior left. I heard a lot of people say that too. I never was really super into it. I like drag racing a lot. Now I live only about 30 minutes, or well, maybe about 40 minutes from Bristol Motor Speedway, which is the world's fastest half mile. Plus Thunder Valley drag strip is there. So I grew up going to that race every year, whether you liked racing or not. It's a big ass party, right? You camp over there, you party over there. I grew up going over there every year. My dad used to get tickets up to the suite from some of the vendors that partnered with his company. Like I've met Kid Rock and Pamela Anderson. I met Rusty Wallace up there. I've met a few famous people up in the suites. But then when I got older, I just started going to party. We didn't even go to the race. We'd stay in the campground and party through the race. It was all right. I'm a resident of Florida and I haven't even heard from Phil. I think Phil saw the hate he was getting. I think Phil saw the hate that he was getting. And he decided he had to address it. He decided he had to address it. So this is him addressing it, I guess. If it'll play, we'll see.
So I know everybody's curious about the message I put up last night, canceling the live stream, and referring to some Florida residents. I could only say so much, but what I could say is it's probably what you think.
I can't really say anything, but whatever you think it is, that's it. Sure.
And I could also say that it was essentially a debriefing. Only 2 other people were on the line.
So a debriefing with only 2 other people. He wants you to believe that he was on the phone with Trump and Ezra Cohen-Watnick. That's what he wants you to believe. Trump and Ezra Cohen-Watnick. Someone said Dick Trickle. That was also my nickname in high school, Dick Trickle. That's probably the coolest name in sports.
Plus me, so 3 people total.
People will eat this shit up. You're right.
It was kind of more or less an update on what I know, what I don't know, and some instructions on where to go from here as to I'm currently being treated as a mouthpiece for the movement, which is what I guess I always have been for years now.
But at one point, allegedly, he was also treating a 15-year-old child as a mouthpiece for his penis.
But there's times when things are going so quickly, or there's other times, of course, when things are going very slowly, which we're all aware of. But when things are going so quickly, sometimes it gets lost as to who's supposed to be doing what and who isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm trying to be very, very vague here. I'm sure you see that.
Who isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing? Who isn't doing, people of a legitimate age that's legal to be doing,
It was intimidating. It was an intimidating.
Phil said he's never been intimidated. No man.
I don't get intimidated. I was intimidated.
There he goes. He doesn't get intimidated. Except he did to make you believe this.
everyone.
There were people obviously complaining about Phil. That was the majority of people. But there are still some retarded people there, too, that were complaining about Phil's source. Or like, man, I wish Trump would stop holding up Phil when he's ready to go live. This is ridiculous. Get it together, Mr. President.
Right now, everyone right now should feel very comfortable, loose, and
you said it, Laws.
The fact that we're all in very good hands. We have been in good hands for a while now, but last night really made me excited.
Allegedly, he was in charge of the 5. I guess when you make up the 5, you can be in charge of them, I guess.
Really? About what's to come next.
God damn. Why does he have to? I mean, he's picking his nose, he's picking his ears, he's rubbing his eyes. There's no telling what he's doing below the waist. Why the fuck can't he keep his hands to himself?
I have my instructions.
I've never really mentioned it before, but it bothers me how much he touches himself during a video.
I have my itinerary. I know where we go from here. I know what to do. I know what to do with my following. I know what to do with my...
No wonder he's got those stinky-ass brown fingers and shit. That nasty fucking infected thumb.
Live streams. I know what to do with my intel reporting. I know a couple places now that I've overstepped my boundaries. Not really intentionally.
I know where I overstepped my boundaries. Got a slap on the wrist, I did. What, for your made-up intel? From your made-up source? Now you're making up that he punished you? Got it.
But overstepped nonetheless. Not many. But I was reminded who's in control last night. And it most certainly isn't me.
So he was made to be submissive. I don't know if they task Carrie with that. Maybe it's a peg session, or maybe they flew him out to make him submissive. They dominated him in some way. I don't know.
However, I've been entrusted with a lot of information.
I hope his followers keep that same energy when nothing fucking happens. After they got to feel so dumb when they're going to follow him for 3 years and nothing happens.
And
hell, even Trump is saying that he thinks he's going to get arrested Tuesday for the crimes he's being investigated in New York, the hush payments and shit from a grand jury.
I just really can't say a whole lot.
Oh, no. Stop picking. No. He just dug his ear and shit. His eye and under his glasses and his ass and the back of his knee, and now he's in his mouth.
Put together the words. But I think it's best that I probably...
It's probably a calm, but I'm going to vomit.
Not say too much more. So it was a debriefing. A very...
Now he's rolling up a little ball of something on his fingers.
Interesting. Intimidating. Once in a lifetime, probably, debriefing.
Wait, it can't be a once in a lifetime because you were already on a phone call on the dark web. That you have a special computer that you keep off-site that only turns on that your tech friend set up because you don't understand the dark web. He set it up and it only accesses the dark web because that doesn't exist. And they set it up off-site. That doesn't exist. You lied to everybody and said it was on your computer when you first said it, and now it's on a separate computer. And then you couldn't even tell me how to access the dark web. You mumbled something about Ron Watkins and the Anons do it all the time, but you couldn't tell me how to get on the dark. I said, how do you get on the dark web? What does a dark web website look like? The answer would be you use Tor browser, and a dark web website would be it just like a website like Wikipedia.onion. Like instead of .com, it's .onion, right? But instead, Phil decoded a .onion website because he said, look at this .onion. Have you ever heard of that?
Anonymous gifted Kurt_1 a subscription. And
Thank you very much.
User gifted a tier 1 sub to Kurt_1.
Instead, on one of, thank you very much for that gifted subscription, Anonymous. Instead, on one of his live streams, he went to the Dark Wiki homepage. I don't know if you guys remember this. The Hidden Wiki homepage, which is about the dark web. And he found one of these dark web websites like this, right? There's one, .onion. And this is Onion Links V3. Basically, if you went to this on the dark web through a Tor browser, it would give you links to other websites. He's like, oh, well, this is not a website. It says .onion. This is how us anons talk to each other. And he decoded a website link. And he had no idea it was a website address. No idea it was a website address. None. Then I asked him how he gets on the dark web, and he said he had to have his techie friend set up a PC for him off-site, away from his house, that only goes to the dark web. I'm almost positive that's impossible. I can think of no scenario where you set up, unless you're setting up like tons of automation to sign in and verify and reroute. Like, there are no computers that just go to the dark web. They all run Windows. Like, or an Apple, whatever, an Apple operating system, and you have to run a separate program. Like, this motherfucker just makes shit up. And it's not even made up well. He was so unprepared for our fucking interview, and every question I asked him, I already knew the answer. He just lied about it, and I just watched and smiled.
I'll say this in conclusion, because I really am struggling to speak, to actually put any kind of words together other than what I have, which is not much, admittedly. I will say that if you're watching this video, that you're definitely in the right place.
You're definitely, stay right here. You're definitely in the right place for what comes next. Stay right here if you're watching this. The family, spelled PH in gematria, is the crazy effing cult. Well, that makes sense.
Sit tight, relax, and just wait. I know we've been waiting, so it's nothing new, but if you're
so he's trying to parlay this into an official Trump endorsement. I'm the only one that'll have this type of information. You can't find anybody else. No one else will know this. You're in the right place. I've been told exactly what to say for the next phase, blah, blah, blah.
When you see this message, you're exactly where you need to be. And you should feel confident in the fact that
Angry Birds Land,
what's discussed or what's said on this channel and on my future live streams will be exactly what you need to know for the final phase. Love you guys.
Very good. Love you guys, fam. You guys are my PH family. Got it. So he does that and says update. He then posts about St. Patrick's Day. And then he says, debriefing occurs at the end of a mission. One mission concludes, another one begins. Because people are like, debriefing, does that mean he got fired? Does that mean the mission's over? Does that mean we're done? Does that mean blah, blah, whatever? He says debriefing occurs at the end of the mission. One mission has ended and another one begins. Allegedly. Allegedly. His own people don't even fucking believe him. His own fucking people don't believe him. He then shares a forward from Adriana Wittich that says, at Phil Godlewski, you said you got in trouble. Do you still have your source? Phil's responds, I stepped out of line a couple times on a micro level, but yes, course correction was applied, and my intel flow will proceed as normal. Then he says, heightened actually, more intel. Heightened actually, more intel. It's even more than it was before. Better, larger volume of intel. Someone says, interesting that this followed the end of the Q clock. That was from Jordan Classic. He shares it and then shares a little sticker like pointing up and saying yes. Then he shares about MAGA Farley says that no one likes Greg Phillips. It says, who wants Greg Phillips in a position of influence in the MAGA movement? 85% said hell no. Well, it's settled. Anons hate Greg Phillips. Maybe. I mean, there's only 700 votes. I don't know what kind of poll would be accurate with 700 votes. How many do you guys claim? You guys claim that there's like millions of you, right? And there was 700 votes. I don't know if that's an accurate description, but he says, well, it's settled. Anons hate Greg Phillips. And Phil says, warned you about this guy. Warned you about him. I did when he called me out because I made up what the pit was, and then I had to Google search and try to make it about something else, and then said it was a. See, people said, "Are you invited to the pit? Are you going to the pit?" Which was Greg Phillips' event. And he said, "Yeah, I've been invited personally." Then they're like, "Well, Greg Phillips said he didn't invite you," and he's like, I'm in the pit, Afghanistan. I've been invited there when I was in the CIA." I showed you the pit on a map. I wonder if Phil could do it. Show us where you landed. Show us where you were housed, Phil. I can show you where I was housed. Phil, he forwards something from Captain K. It says, Rasmussen poll with numbers confirming exactly what I've been saying for 4 months. My estimates, it says Lake and Hamaday by 10, Fincham by 4 to 5, some other shit. Here he says, all right, here's where we got the announcement. So Phil claims, first of all, he's been debriefing. He's been debriefing with Ezra Cohen-Watnick and Trump on the phone. Only 2 people plus him. All those are ahead of him. His source and the guy at the top, Q+. He says, to quiet the rumors, so this is after he didn't do his show, to quiet the rumors, yes, my special guest on last night's live was to be Brad Barton in an attempt to reintroduce him to our growing movement. Many of the new awake audience do not remember Brad. I thought my show would have been a great platform to offer him up to my followers. Brad is a man of faith and a MLM millionaire with a secondary MLM now. Brad is a man of faith. He's an honest man, and he's a family man. Brad strongly believes in our cause and has total faith in what we all stand for. What's weird is Brad wasn't around for the last few months to keep his bullshit going. So typically they'll say something big's going to happen this week, next week, the week after that. Then when it doesn't happen, they'll say next week. All of Brad's predictions just fell dead while he was gone. And people were like, oh, yeah, I knew he's a fucking liar and piece of shit. Things are happening. He believes strongly in our cause and has total faith in what we all stand for. Sometime this week, Brad and I will reschedule the co-live. So it wasn't going to be just on Phil's platform. Actually, if we go over to Rumble, what the plan is that they were going to both broadcast. They were going to both broadcast at the same time. And Brad's only back now that he secured his millions of dollars back in income through a different pyramid. They were going to both stream, and I will give everyone links to his channels later. Not now, later. Why don't you just give the links out already and say, go watch Brad's return video. He'll be on this show later this week. He wants all the views. For those that do not have them, in parentheses, as I've always said in the past, us truthers need to stick together and constantly be trying to one-up each other. The relationship that Brad and I have developed over the past 2+ years is a strong example of exactly that. So, this is true. He has known Brad for a long time. Actually, right before the inauguration, he called Brad and one of Brad's former associates in a panic and said, what are we going to do? It looks like they're going to inaugurate it. What's going on? And everybody's like, I don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe something will happen on, by the 20th, blah, 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 but it doesn't look good. And Phil said, what about this Q guy? I've never heard about him or talked about him or anything in depth. I don't know anything about him. You guys know anything? And they said, oh, yeah, we know a little bit. There's some posts out there. It's kind of cryptic. I don't know. It is what it is. And Phil said, "Well, I'm gonna start covering that, I guess."
Ribeye 15 just resubscribed for 5 months.
5 months. Thank you very much, Ribeye 15. I talked to a person that was on the phone with him at the time. Phil knew nothing about Q or QAnon or the boards or anything until it was almost time for the inauguration of Joe Biden. And that's when he decided to jump on that bandwagon. That's when he told other people, I've never really looked into it. But now he tells you he was the original poster. He just had his buddy log him into the Q account because he doesn't understand how a trip code works. I asked him, hey, well, so the correct answer here is you put a hashtag. But I said, well, how do you make a trip code? How do you set the trip code? Oh, we just had Ron Watkins do it for us. That doesn't make sense, Phil. You were on Q. The post you claim you made was way before Ron Watkins had anything to do with it. It was still on the 4chan board, and Ron Watkins didn't have anything to do with it. But if you're telling us that Ron Watkins had the trip code and could set it for you on 4chan, that means that you're telling us that Ron Watkins was Q, not you. How do you set a trip code? Ron Watkins set it for me. The answer is you put in your name. So if I could go and post all the time, it's anonymous, but I could be Will every time I post. But you could be Will every time you post and no one would know. So instead I would use a trip code, which I would put Will, then I'd put hashtag buttered biscuits. And that hashtag buttered biscuits would go over and it would go through an algorithm to scramble that into a trip code, a password, if you will. And every time I come in and put hashtag buttered biscuits, I would get the same trip code so you would know it was me. If you put in hashtag buttered biscuits, it would work as well, but I wouldn't tell you what my trip code is. I wouldn't tell you what the trip code is. He had no idea how to make a trip code. None whatsoever. Well, Will, you see what a trip code is, kind of like two-factor authentication. No, I'm asking you, how do you make one? Just how would you post on any of the message boards with a trip code, Phil? How? Well, I would go through Ron, and Ron would set me up, and, Ron knows all the things, so he gives me the trip code. So what you're admitting is either Ron is Q, or none of this was secure because Ron knew everybody's passwords. One of the two. But you're undermining the entire fucking belief of the people who follow Q and believe in him. Either way you go. I look forward to Brad Barton's return and our collaboration in the future. So check this out. This is the start of Brad Barton's video. We're just going to watch a few minutes where he's going to return here. He's got some haters at the first of it, I believe.
Because I'm a dick.
Oh, no. Because I'm a dick. Linda McKenzie bought you 5 6-packs. Laughing too hard to type a message. Thank you very much, Linda. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation and support.
Hello, folks. Come on in. Come on in. Grab my sweet tea right here.
Grab my sweet tea. Who's it sponsored by, Brad? This is Brad's $1 million home. I think last time it was valued. This is before the market went crazy. It was valued at $975,000, including a custom gym with hardwood floors and a custom basketball court with his name at center court. He made all this money. He used to be a school teacher. Him and his wife made all this money through a pyramid scheme and signing people up below him. So he's got the experience, guys.
Friday, end of the week, and I'm going to. Hello, everybody. I see a lot of hellos, highs. Good to see all of you on here. And I know I didn't have...
So, again, Brad said he would have this huge announcement about major developments. And that's why people are here. Because he started out with thousands and thousands of people and several thousand left almost immediately when he makes this next announcement. He didn't have some huge fucking announcement. He didn't have some huge fucking development. The whole thing was just, I'm coming back, and I want more of your money on locals.
Any announcement on this at all, and it really, it's really okay because basically this is going to be a very short live.
Okay.
By the way, tonight's talk show is sponsored by Publix Sweet Tea in 45 cup.
Brad's whole gimmick is he's dumb and drinks sweet tea. Who wouldn't trust him?
And let me tell you something, friend. Today.
Hey, what's up, Priceless?
Today. Okay.
Today.
And,
you fucking psychopath.
And again, I'm going to do this very quickly, as quick as I can. And because I want to post this on Rumble as well. Okay. So I want to do, basically, for those of you that missed last night or whatever, I wanted to clear up a few things and just.
Okay.
In fact, I'm not even going to read the comments. Okay. So I'm going to collapse them where I can't even.
He's not going to read the comments because the trolls. He's very angry about the trolls.
I want to, because I want to clear up any misunderstandings from last night. First of all, I've been making posts over the last week that I, if you go back and look at them, I said I had.
I think he was frustrated by making You're right. He was brash towards the end. I think he was frustrated because he had made all these dumbass predictions and people were holding him to him. He would like yell at people and tell them to shut up, tell them to move on. I don't have to do this. I'm doing this for you. And like he was a fucking dick. But that is Brad. That's just Brad when he's done this for a couple weeks. This is fresh Brad. In a couple weeks, he'll be yelling at everybody again. He'll be flipping the fuck out again. He'll read chat again and have a meltdown.
Some exciting developments transpiring.
Okay, what are they?
I have some exciting developments transpiring.
Okay, what are they?
Intel. I never said anything about. I never said anything about any of that stuff.
Okay, that's why everybody left. Got it.
Some exciting developments transpiring, and yes, the exciting developments transpiring was I'm back. I'm back with you.
So basically, his old MLM company shut down. He had to get a new MLM company and sign up thousands more of his followers. Once he secured his millions of dollars, he can come back and lie to you on the internet again. And also, he wants to take some of your money on locals. That was the gist of it.
Again, okay? I've had so many people reach out to me every time I make a post about anything. I mean, it could be anything at all. There's just tons of comments saying, Brad, come back. Brad, we want to hear you. Brad, we did this over and over and over. So, hey, I've missed y'all too. And I never meant to, or didn't want to leave. I just had to for a while.
If you don't remember Brad was pretty bad. It wasn't just like he was hopeful or just about politics. He claimed, I got this intel source that works for a federal agency and they don't recognize Trump as president. He sent me a picture of his gun and his badge and his bulletproof vest, and I know he's real, and I know somebody in the Treasury, and they're saying this is all bullshit and it's going to end by next week. Like, he was pretty bad with his predictions.
Oh, and but
Will is the only one I've ever seen on social media. Oh, hell, I'm wrong all the time.
Now I'm back, and so
you just got to watch the next show, and I'll be like, I was wrong here, and I was fucked up here, and I lied about that.
I'm excited to be in this position, and where I can help you, and where I can be a part of your lives again. Okay, and so
because they're not built for the internet, they're not built to take criticism. They thought that they would get out here and everybody would love them and suck their dick and fondle their balls or what. They're not built for this. The first time they see something negative, it doesn't matter if there's 300 around it. The first time they see something negative, they're like, fuck it. You're a piece of shit. I do this out of my own free time. Nobody appreciates me. I'm going back to pyramid schemes. He's always wrong when he and I disagree. I've never admitted to it, so everybody's telling how I admit when I'm wrong. I've never admitted to you I'm wrong, so I must be fucking right. So then Phil goes on. That's all I really want to show for Brad Barton. He just says, yeah, there's two different levels for his locals, $15 or $20 or something. Sign up, troll free. He's been told, I wonder who told him this, he's been told it's a better viewing experience and higher quality. That's a lie. Rumble owns locals, and it's the same fucking servers. Same fucking servers. I asked Rumble about this. Is there any benefits to like low latency? Because I don't know if you guys know, but Rumble's latency is really bad. Like when the show's over, I still got people finishing up the show 10 minutes later over on Rumble. And they think they're watching it live, but their latency is really, really bad. So I asked them, lower latency, is there higher quality? Is there anything, fucking something? Nope. Same exact thing, except one is behind a paywall and one isn't. Phil then goes on to post, Derek Johnson, SG Anon, Mike Jaco, Patel Patriot, Dave X22. If I listed above, please contact me via text message on my cell phone. Now, here's what I think everybody should do. Get out your cell phone. I'll wait. Let me know when you get it out. Get out your cell phone. I'll wait. Let me know when you got it out. Everybody. Everybody get out your cell phone. Rumble doesn't have an open API. I wonder if the view counts are fake. I think I've wondered that too, because mine seem crazy inflated sometimes. And I figured everybody would hate me on Rumble, especially like with the stuff that I say. So I was wondering if you pay a certain level at Rumble, let me look. If you pay a certain level at Rumble, you get their access to their API. Rumble.com. Get out your cell phones. We're still working on it. Keep going, everybody. I want the latency to catch up. Get out your cell phones. If you've already got it out, we're going to compose a new text message. So go to text messaging. We're going to compose a new text message. Let me see. Payment sources, pro packages. If you sign up for at least... if you pay at least $1,000 a month to stream there, it says you have API access, which is weird because most places want their API out. They want them to make apps. They want them to make apps before, stuff that integrates with it for the streamers. But at Rumble, you have to pay $1,000 a month to get API access, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But it does say that you can have access. I just need to find somebody that's got access to let me look at it and see what their view numbers are like, or they're just skim through it and see what they're doing. We're going to compose a new text message, and the text message recipient is this phone number: 570-780-4567. Again, the text message number is 570-780-4567. And then the body of the message where you type your message at, all I want you to say is, have you seen the new cold beer confessional? That's all you got to say. Have you seen the new cold beer confessional? ? And then just send it. See what happens. That is Phil's number. I don't want to think I set you up for something. You're not texting me. That's Phil's number that he posted online. Have you seen the new cold beer confessional ? And just see what happens. So there you go. Phil says everybody to text him, and text is preferred. If listed above, please contact me via text message on my cell phone, 570-780-4567. I haven't seen Phil over here in a long time, and I want you guys to check on him. Is he okay? Has he seen the newest show? That's what I want to know. That's right. Type done in the chat when you're done. I got you. Then he says, all. It is 570-780-4567. 570-780-4567. Then he says, thank you guys. Please, only the people who I listed above should contact me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read that until after I had a bunch of people contact you just to check on you, though. Just to check on you. I just wanted to check on you. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Then he shares this voicemail that I guess this is what happens when you share your number publicly. What an idiot. I'm sure tons of people text him.
You actually have balls, Phil? We know you're losing the Scranton Times case. Why don't you admit that you're a fraud?
There you go. That sounds like a dono clip.
You actually have balls, Phil? We know you're losing the Scranton Times case. Why don't you admit that you're a fraud?
We know you're losing the Scranton Times case. Why don't you admit that you're a fraud? Jesus Christ. No, as far as I know, it could be he's got an extra phone, right? I'm sure he has two of them, one for like family and stuff. But this is the number he gives out to some of his followers. This is the number he contacted me for the interview on. He had it on him when he was out and about, so it's not like a computer-based number. I would say he just has two phones, if I had to guess. But that's the same number he gave me back in the day, which I wouldn't give the man's phone number out, but he did. So there you go. He shares that voicemail, then laughs at it, and it says, guys, so now he's trying to be sarcastic. Guys, I'm really not troll hunting. Just easier to text than to attempt to direct message these people. So what he's trying to say is, I am troll hunting. I wanted them to text me so I knew they were trolls. And when they would text me so I knew they were trolls, that way I could block them. No, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. We already figured it out. Then he starts sharing pictures of people he claims are dead. For everyone wondering why he shares this post. No, it says it's from him, but he shared it. For everyone wondering why Phil's Q&A played after the voicemail on Telegram. When a voice recording ends, the last recorded one plays automatically. So when the voicemail ended, the Q&A started playing. So I guess people were saying maybe he faked it or something, because people were hearing the voicemail play about we didn't know you had balls, and then his Q&A would suddenly start fucking playing whatever. One is for 18 and plus, and one is for 15 and young. Oh, I got two phones. Oh. He shares the messages forwarded from, what does that say? Absolute truth. Oh, I couldn't read that the other day. No better time optically for the storm to hit than when Trump is under indictment and fighting a legal battle. So they're embracing Trump getting arrested like it won't turn off millions of Americans from voting from him for hush money payments. Like, oh, this will make it better. Oh, yeah, that's when the storm will happen. Yeah. Yeah, keep supporting the right wing. I'm sure you got it. He shares a couple posts about the Dow Jones and the gold prices. He shares a bunch of fake comms. I'm going to read them all here. Give me just a minute to get in my computer voice. Comms, Belige, eat, fire, stag away, release, terabytes. Comms, Dragon, Ragnar equals hump T, less than impulse, question mark, Vic, tick, walk. Comms, Cray, NV, AZ01.1.01.1.00.00.1 equals sent. Comms, Layer, speak, to Zephyr, Craig, _ dash _ lockout. Comms, in, not flow, impossible, 0.05% / ow, question mark, equals left. Comms, he's programmed. Some lady one time said my husband used to work for Facebook, and he can tell the way Phil does his comms that he's a computer programmer. Does people not understand? People that have basic knowledge of code realize that this doesn't do anything. It's just a bunch of fucking weird letters and numbers and shit. Okay. Comms, pi, repper, reverse, tie, elim. Comms, dash, fly, question mark, willow, willow, willow. Willow, willow, willow. Comms, nectar, earth, or dimensional _ freak. Freak, FREQ, period. Comms, fig, anoint, plus math, plus text, / gurry equals drown, P. Comms, foreign, let us, parentheses, 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 lit, T, perch, never, stone plus. Comms, D, direct, red, freak, Salm, Vic, intro, hex, Viz equals now. So there you go. Slash and comms and a parsnip in a pear tree. That's exactly right. He shares a fucking monkey putting on glass like a Men in Black flash, glasses in a Men in Black flash. And it said, and then he makes this post that says status equals pursue, legendary, lasso, expected outcome equals active, rock, roll, flow, repeat, mission, uniblock, jive under prez, DSMN, anon amongst, riddle, rattle, tittle, tattle. What? Yeah, Patel Patriot does not like Phil, and yes, X22 Phil did threaten to sue X22. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he asked those people to call him. Probably a new money-making something. This motherfucker, a full-grown ass man who's already been accused and stood in the court of law for fucking with kids. Already accused, stood in the court of law, says, riddle, rattle, tittle, tattle. He's a 40-year-old man. A 40-year-old man just topped out riddle, rattle, tittle, tattle to try to convince some 90-year-old women that he's Edward Snowden. All right, here we go. Comms. I got more comms. I apologize. Comms. 1.01.1.1.00.0.0.0.10.01. Linda McKenzie bought 5 6-packs. I'm crying. No message. Thank you very much. Where did I stop? We gotta have to start over. I apologize. I don't want to mess up these comms in case somebody's translating them. Give me a minute. Comms sequence 1.01.1.1.1.0.0.0.1.0.1.0.0.0.0.1 .1.0.0.0.0.0.0.1.0.0.1.0.0.0.0 comms slash end comms int fraggle rock plus stone plus dim equals all achieved comms sepe tuxedo closed variance question mark equals no end comms. So there we go. That's all the comms where he was programming his anons. So in case you're wondering, Bed Bath & Beyond number of stores worldwide. How many stores they have worldwide? And it says Bed Bath & Beyond pre-pandemic is 1,500 stores. Post-pandemic is 1,000 stores. A loss of 500 stores, 33% of their total. Bed Bath & Beyond, I don't think they were doing well going into the pandemic. And I didn't think they were going to do well. I think Bed Bath & Beyond kind of knew their time was coming. They weren't doing the greatest to begin with. It says in January 2021, they banned MyPillow and are now on the verge of shutting down 360 stores, a loss of 660 stores, 64% of their total. Going woke and canceling Michael and Dell actually did more damage to Bed Bath & Beyond than the freaking pandemic. I think Bed Bath & Beyond was probably on their way out before. But okay, whatever you say. He then shares another post. It looks like it's of gold and silver prices. Gold's up 3%, silver's up 4%. Man, making bank. That's $3 for every $100 you got invested. Oh my God. Bed Bath & Beyond has been struggling since before 2000. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know locally they closed down a store and they had a big ass sale. And this was years ago. Phil Godlewski then says, haha, the lady from the voicemail I posted above has been identified. No idea how I'm going to handle this, but I'm assuming it's going to be really fun. You can't give out your number online and then what? Attack people? Sue them? You gave out your number on a public forum. Have you checked out the new Cold Beer Confessional? Have you? He then shares a picture of a boat that says incoming. He shares a picture of a Twitter bar that says tweet. Were you told that the first arrest would be shocking? First arrest First indictment, unseal, will trigger mass population awake. First arrest will verify action and confirm future direction. They will fight, but you are ready. Marker 9 from Q. Why would Trump be one of the sealed indictments? Because they're not unsealing an indictment. They're bringing a brand new grand jury indictment against him from Florida. The fuck? What?
Because I'm a dick.
Buck about you 4 6-packs. Please forward to Rhino to help him get his power back on. Oh, no. I talked to Rhino today. I don't know if you guys saw me over there. I got him to respond. He said that he doesn't even think that OnlyFans is allowed in the Philippines. But he thought he thought our show last night was very funny. He shares a post from someone named Golden Coast Cassandra. It says, holy shit, 600 million of supposed metal of nickel is actually a bunch of stone. The London Metal Exchange has found bags full of stones at one of its warehouses instead of nickel. What if no one has the hashtag gold and hashtag silver they claim? Why would you share this, Phil? You are telling people to invest in a private vault. A private vault, mind you, that is in no obligation to have 100%. Just like a bank doesn't have to have 100% liquid cash on hand when you go to withdraw it and you're worried about banks. That vault, that 401k retirement, where you roll over your 401k does not have to have 100% of your gold on hand at all times either. Oh, sweet. So you put his number and then you put at txt.att.net and you can text him from your email. That's very funny. The post says, what if this is true about gold and silver? Hint, it is. You're the one asking people to invest in gold they can't see. Phil, Jesus Christ. He shares this meme, and I'm almost positive he has no idea what it is. Let me just show you this, because I know you guys might not know what it is. Maybe Dr. J Banana, she's a bigger gamer than I am. Here it is. Anybody know what this GIF is? It's probably kind of hard to say. Let's try this. What is it, chat? Star Wars? No. Not Star Wars. Maybe nobody knows. It's a game called Portal. It's a game called Portal where you shoot portals. One of them blue, one of them's orange, and you go in the blue one and you come out the orange one, or vice versa. And basically, he shot a portal on both of them, and when it matched them together, he's stuck in a portal in like in an infinite loop. But it's from a video game called Portal. I guarantee you Phil didn't know that when he posted it. I guarantee you he didn't know when he posted that. He's just like, oh, this is something that'll make people comment. And he'll wait till his chat figures it out. Then he'll say, yep, that's what I meant. We're going to medbed portals. Oh. This says, please help if you can. Still so much to do. Still so much work to do. I want to be your boots on the ground. No, what is this? Let's play this video. Listen to it.
Hey guys, it's March 17th in the afternoon somewhere. I came down to kind of Southern Maryland today because it's been a week of warfare, spiritual warfare especially. I've been talking to a lot of people in the movement, a lot of people that are working hard.
Richard, citizen journalist.
And this officially is going to be a video to ask you for some help because here's the bottom line. Our government is we the people, and it's grassroots.
Hey, go Q, idiot.
Right now, I got feelings in my bones that I'm going to be in D.C. when they cart these people away. It's coming.
But I need your financial backing.
Full of pedophiles, and they're going down.
This guy is not going to ask for money, is he?
In the last week or so, I showed you lines.
The reason I'm asking is because in the description of this video, it says, please help if you can. So much work still to do. I want to be your boots on the ground, 4 American flags, 3 fists, and then it's his Cash App and Venmo and his Zelle.
Because people can't afford groceries at a church. I showed you a wide awake guy at Giant Food, Drew. I was down at the Freemason Lodge just last night, and the boots on the ground journalism is important. I've been doing this and doing this.
Look at these pupils, chat.
But none of them are paying me, and I don't know why. But for 3 years I've been doing it. I want to keep doing it for you. And so I'm going to put the links. I've got the Give, Send, Go, because I'm just trying to get grounded again and get stabilized in a situation. Got bills to pay like all of you guys. But if everyone chips in a little bit, I'll be the guy with the camera. That's what I want to be. I want to watch these people get cuffed, and it's coming. I can feel it in my bones. We are.
So he's tried multiple MLMs and multiple grifting scenarios. None of them's working. So instead, please send him money so he can send it to his dealer. I mean, so he can go to DC, and show you what's really going on. His pupils are always pin dots. So he was born.
So close. So, but you got
Dude, the first, like, I was making a joke. Honestly, I didn't know this. The first time I saw Richard Citizen Journalist, I said, "Who is this junkie and why did they give him a camera?" I said that on the stream. Who is this junkie and why'd they give him a camera? Now, knowing the road we've been down since, I must be some type of fucking, maybe I've been reading some, what are those, Uno cards? Tarot card. Uno cards, it doesn't matter. They both work.
take a moment, and I know things are tough right now.
Give this motherfucker a Versi so he puts that goddamn pop down.
But I want you to imagine, I want you to envision what you see. Saving the children. We got everything we need. It's the truth.
Come on, we got to save them. If you don't pay me, how will you even know if any kids got saved, man? Come on, man.
Case, you know, I think we know by now I'm not a grifter patriot. I'm just trying to get, and if I...
Phil is sharing this guy because he's a 7K member and he boosts up Phillies and Phil's downline.
I don't have to worry so much about spend every dollar that I spend because you guys say, hey, we back this guy RCJ. You know, people want me to write a book, but I still want to do the work, right? So
I just want you to pay me. I still want to do the work, but could you cut the paycheck in advance? Come on, guys. You want my family to be Alex Murdaugh? I owe some people.
If you can get behind me, a few bucks, everyone throws in a few bucks, you know, then I can keep going. That's all I want to do. I'm a worker. And so that's
I'm a worker bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
The latest. I put the links, but I can feel it, right? So there's a lot going on just this week alone, man, like with more trains and banking and all these shifts. And I've given you opportunities, you know, to get silver and to buy American. But right now, that's just not paying off for me fast enough. And I just want to work.
Oh, so you need to be paid quickly. Why would it not be paying off fast enough? Bottom of a baggie? Somebody else's prescription sitting somewhere that you need to pay for them to pick it up, then they'll charge you a cheaper price. Oh, I had to pay for them to pick it up, and then they knocked $10 off a piece. Oh.
Just want to work. So if for right now, the funding comes from the grassroots, from you guys, directly to me. I'm going to put links that bring it directly to me. The Give, Send, Go. So anyone that wants to see how much it is, they can look on there. Or I'm going to put my address where you can mail something to me. And I hate doing these videos, but I'm telling you, we're like this close right now.
Wait a second. We're like this close right now. Just please send me some more.
I can feel it. I saw it last night in Washington.
Guys, I can feel it. I can feel it. My nose is watering. It's so close I can taste it. My nose is watering. My rig and my leather belt are watering in the corner. Just where look at this side-eyed fucking mother. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
The vibration is up. The frequency's pounding. Everyone's waking up. And I just want to be the citizen journalist with a camera to catch it. And I have a knack for being in the right place, for meeting people like Drew, for seeing the empty hospitals, for showing the empty office spaces, all the stuff that I do on the ground. I'm going to be there. I'm going to see it. So that's it. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Got to be fast.
For 2 days.
Got to make money fast.
Decompression break, because there's a lot on us all. So those of us still in the fight, God bless you. It feels like we're the remnant. We're getting after it. We're not giving up. We're going to win this. We already know God wins. But so that's the latest, guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting RCJ. And I hope this is the last time I have to do this.
God damn, that nose is running, bro.
Click the link. Couple bucks. Oh, and I'm doing a
Tyrone Biggums.
locals, and it's $5 a month, and it's worth the price of admission and stuff. I'm gonna put some personal stories on that are nuts.
But the stories out nuts. You won't believe this. I got this tutor. I'll take it, and I'll do a toot. You guys ever seen the guys, the Alabama? I don't even do that crack cocaine no more. Now I'll do a toot. I'll do a toot. Anybody do a toot? I keep a little on me for that.
So for $5 a month, and that's reoccurring. So if enough people do that, then I don't have to ask for money ever again, because it just comes in like that, right? So it's cash flow, and that's what I'm working towards right now. That's
Somebody in chat said, "Wipe your nose, bro," and he did. It's a sign.
Not where it needs to be to pay my bills. So, but if you want to do the locals thing, that's $5 just reoccurring. And I know it's I get it if you want to commit to $5, because everyone's frantic about money right now. But it's gonna be okay. Just imagine what you want things to look like. And
look, the economy, the banking situation, inflation has hurt everybody. It's hurt my income. Okay. Like the income I make has probably been cut by a large percentage. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing the show 7 days a week, but I damn sure wouldn't make the crackhead out on the porch screaming at you video with pin-dotted pupils. I don't think I would resort to that. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna do it, and we're gonna hold these people accountable, and everything's gonna change. So now's the time to give if you can, and a few bucks goes a long way with me. That's the latest. I hope everyone has a great week.
Woo! That's the first thing Mariah said when I met her. I said, "Hi, my name's Will, and I'm going to be your lover." And she said, "A few bucks goes a long way with me." There he is. Phil sharing out the homeless Richard Citizen journalist. Very good. Very good. Phil shares that out. We get a post that says, corrupt New York City District Attorney Alvin Bragg received $1 million from Soros in his election for New York City DA. Well, yeah, that's an election donation. It's not like he just handed him $1 million, but yeah. It's time. Donald J. Trump says it's time. We are at war. We are a nation in steep decline, being led into World War III by a crooked politician who doesn't even know he's alive, but who is surrounded by evil and sinister people who, based on their actions on defunding the police, destroying our military, open borders, no voter ID, inflation, rising taxes, and much more, can only hate our now failing USA. We just can't allow this anymore. They're killing our nation as we sit back and watch. We must save America. Protest, protest, protest. Now, Trump is against a lot of advisors, is calling for people to go ahead and protest because he thinks he'll be arrested. He thinks he'll be arrested on Tuesday. Now, the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen is he does that and it turns violent again. I'm telling you, they're gonna fucking come after him hard. Like, you just can't call for that and be like, well, I'm not the one who told it to be violent. Oh, it was all Antifa members. Yeah, but if you wouldn't have called all your members there, they wouldn't even if it was. If you wouldn't have called all your people there, could they have just shown up? Come on. New York City law enforcement sources telling me that the Manhattan DA's office is in chaos. They're telling me about 60% of their office wants no part of this and wishes Bragg and Reese would just stop the nonsense. They all know there is no crime. Apparently, it's being driven by a small group of radicals at the top, very similar to Russiagate. This is just your opinion. Okay, this is just your fucking opinion. It's a setup again. No, if anybody set them up, it's Trump. Hello, good news for the subscribers of Godlewski.live who were charged for the months of December 2022, January 2023, and February 2023. It was actually longer than that. But someone bought you 3 6-packs. Good show tonight. Thank you very much for the anonymous donor, which are all equal to the amounts that were paid for those 3 months. Oh, I'm sorry. In February 2023 have now been issued credits to their new accounts on PhilGodlewski.live. which are equal to the amounts that they were paid for those 3 months that the website was down. If you have not yet signed up for the new Godlewski.live site, but were charged for December 2022, January 2023, or February 2023, the deadline to sign up for a free credit equal to those months in which you have already paid is March 31st. Damn, you kept the website from for 4 months, and they've got fucking, 10 days to sign up for the motherfucker? God damn, dude, chill. Upon signing up, you will pay for the initial first month, of course you will, which will immediately be refunding back to your payment method of choice. Yeah, he said that before. As part of the December, January, February credits, and any further credits in addition to the immediate refund that are due to your account will also be applied. In order to receive any of the aforementioned credits, you must have been a subscriber to the former Godlewski.live website for the months of December 2022 to January 2023 and February 2023. No credits will be awarded to any subscribers unless those subscriptions were active during the months mentioned. We have a list of all subscribers to Godlewski.live since its implementation, and we'll cross-reference that list with any of the new groups taking place. You must, however, use either the same email address or first last name as you did for the previous versions of Godlewski.live. If you have a different email address or name combination, we'll be unable to cross-reference the list. March 31st is the deadline for credits. Those of you that have already signed up, you're good. Your accounts have been credited, and you will not be billed until your credits expire. Those of you who have not yet signed up but are due credits for the months mentioned above, at Suko Butcher 3 Sex. Love you from the Sister Sluts. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The Sister Sluts, the mod group. Those of you that are not yet signed up but are due credits for the months mentioned above, you have until March 31st to sign back up and be given those credits for the months you already paid for but received no service. Hope that makes sense. P.S. For those that are in a new private Telegram chat, for the $10 a month and $25 a month subscriptions, this link will be inputted into your account dashboard within the coming days. Stay tuned. By the way, the old ladies who still don't have a new private chat are saying that Phil is developing. Like this motherfucker works for Telegram somehow. He's developing an untrollable link. An untrollable link. That's not how that works. He can't develop an untrollable link to a Telegram chat. It's not happening. And then we get into this one. This is probably the last one I'm going to read tonight, but it says, okay, by popular request, many of you have been asking my opinion or take on the supposed Trump arrest this week, while referencing Trump himself stating on Truth Social that he expects to be arrested and indicted on Tuesday the 21st. Others have asked me about Trump's recent comments regarding protests. I will now give you my well-informed opinion on all these topics. First of all, the charges that are allegedly being brought by the Manhattan's DA offices are regarding the payments to Stormy Daniels. Well, this is a grand jury trial. I'm almost certain you don't know what's being discussed there. You don't know what all the evidence is. You don't know what the fuck is going on there. You don't know what the fuck's going on there. You're not part of the grand jury. You're not part of the grand jury. You haven't seen the evidence. You don't know what's claimed. I don't know how you're going to say that anything is not valid from your seat. They're speaking to witnesses. Nobody right now should be making any claims that he's guilty or innocent, no matter what, because you're not seeing the evidence. The grand jury is. They might have him red fucking handed on video, audio, surveillance, wearing a fucking wire, and signing a letter that he did it. You don't know. Charges that are being brought by the Manhattan DA's office regarding the payments to Stormy Daniels. If you remember the Stormy Daniels bullshit story, this is where Trump supposedly had sexual relationship with Stormy Daniels, who was a prostitute, and Stormy threatened to expose Trump unless he paid her hush money. Later on, after Trump supposedly agreed to pay the $130,000 to make Stormy go away, Stormy's attorney, Michael Avanti, admitted to concocting the entire story as a way to extort Trump for money. Then why did he pay her if it was all bullshit? You may or may not know, but Michael Avanti spent time in federal prison For similar extortion attempts against Anaki, Avanti has had a history of these types of actions, and he even defrauded his own client, Stormy Daniels, out of the money, which was due to her. Federal prosecutors have already declined to charge Donald Trump for these same exact charges. However, the Manhattan DA thinks that his opinion overshadows the opinion of the feds. That is stupid. The DA is stupid. Even 3/4 of his own office is trying to talk him out of it. They know it's a waste of time. This is all about a vendetta in regards to Trump. There's no way that Phil could know how many people in the office were talking against this. Over the next couple of days, I wouldn't be surprised to see some backdoor action in regards to relieving the DA from his role, or at least stopping him from filing charges through some sort of threat of disbarment. If Trump does indeed get charged, this goes absolutely nowhere. This makes me think that this is yet again all part of the movie, which is designed to show the American people just how disgusting, corrupt, and out of control the American justice system truly is. It's also an attempt to show the American people that there are two levels of justice in the U.S., one for the elites, the Biden crime family, Barack Obama, Clinton kill group, and for whoever opposed the elites, Trump, Bannon, J6 prisoners, etc. Now, in regards to the protests that have been called for by Trump, honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this. The last time protests happened in a similar fashion was on January 6, 2021. We all know how that turned out. Groups of Antifa and anti-MAGA dirtbags with the cooperation of the FBI, CIA, DC, Capitol Police. Bullshit. There was people that I fucking watched that were there. There were people that I know that went there. You can't blame it all on a different group. Like, I've watched people I know go in there. And other high government officials applauded and orchestrated attempts to frame MAGA supporters, Trump supporters, and others that follow the QAnons. For the most part, it worked. We obviously know the truth about the January 6th, but there are still people in the country and the world that do not. I would fear that the protests could trigger another similar event. How do you know if the people protesting are actually Trump supporters? What idiots will cause a destruction, violence, or stage another person's death? I could tell you from the firsthand knowledge, Donald Trump is very sick of the plan. Not sick in the sense that he doesn't believe what is happening needs to happen, but sick in the sense that it has taken way, way too long, and the law of diminishing returns has many, many months ago started to set in. Trump wants the conclusion phase more than any of us patriots do. Trump is the ultimate patriot. Trump didn't even want to leave office in January of 2021. In fact, he almost didn't. Some last-minute reorganization led us to where we are right now, sure. Trump expected to be back in the office by March of 2021, then April of 2021, then January of 2022, and most recently December of 2022. But damned if he didn't miss it. None of that happened, and now we have some out-of-control district attorney from New York with a grudge against Donald Trump, which could possibly ignite a civil war, which causes further division and death and more financial loss and uncertainty. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The movie is great. I loved it. I loved being part of it. But any good movie has to end. You cannot take a major blockbuster movie that has that's over in 2 hours and attempt to stretch it out to a 12-hour movie. No one stayed to watch the entire thing. 12 hours is just too long to sit on a movie theater. Even movies that are 3 hours are considered a marathon. Yet here we are in the 11th hour of a 12-hour movie. Trump is sick of it, just like we all are. I cannot advise nor deter you to protest, as Trump alluded to. Personally, I have far more important work to do for this movement than to form a protest on the streets, holding signs and honking horns. So I won't be protesting anything. I'd much rather pass along the intelligence, news, and hope for the future, just as I've been doing for the past year. You won't see Phil actually doing anything to help Trump. Phil's doing stuff to help Phil. He doesn't care about Trump. The longer Trump's out of office, the longer he can continue to grift people and say, oh, it's almost there. Oh, sorry. The plan got changed. You all make your own decisions in regard to the protest thing. Lastly, and in conclusion, I say this: 117% certainty. Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing can stop what is coming. That was his last post there. I mean, it's more of the same grift, right? It's more of the same thing over and over and over. It's just, Jesus Christ. What are we doing? What? Anyways, this is another update about it says, not so fast the New York grand jury will hear the final surprise witness on Monday and won't vote on Trump indictment until it's over. A possible Donald Trump hush money indictment is on hold until a final witness testifies before a Manhattan grand jury on Monday afternoon. There is one more witness. A source with knowledge of the investigation told the Insider on Saturday night. The source spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to divulge details of the grand jury proceedings. The source declined to identify the witness, whose testimony will cap a 2-month grand jury presentation by the prosecutors and District Attorney Alvin Bragg. A separate source who also spoke on condition of anonymity told the Insider that the witness is not Alan Weisselberg, Trump's former CFO, who is serving a 5-month sentence for admittedly masterminding a payroll tax dodge scheme at Trump Organization. News of Monday's grand jury witness was first reported by CNN. Former Trump attorney and fixer Michael Cohen, the prosecution's star witness, for his admitted role in writing the illegal $130,000 payment, for his admitted role in wiring the illegal $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels days before the 2016 election, has told reporters he expected to be the grand jury's final witness when he testified last Monday or Wednesday. The surprise final witness proves an updated clue to the timing of possible indictment of Trump and any co-defendants. The grand jury, which meets in secret in the Lower Manhattan office building, only gathers to hear testimony during 3-hour afternoon sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Its members, anywhere from 16 to 23 in number, could conceivably receive a vote by the end of Monday's 3-hour session, but that would be unlikely. Experts who have described the Manhattan grand jury process to insiders say there are several steps between the final testimony and the vote. Once testimony concludes, prosecutors will charge the jury, meaning go through the potential counts on a charge sheet one by one, explaining each count and the potential indictment. Sources have told the Insider they expect the top count to be falsifying business records in the first degree, a low-level felony that would allege that Trump and any other co-defendant falsified documents in order to conceal another crime, such as omitting the $130,000 from campaign financial statements. That's a much bigger deal than just paying hush money. Campaign money is highly restricted on where it can be spent and for what for. So here we go. Campaign financial statements. Trump has vehemently denied any wrongdoing or having an affair with Daniels and has called the prosecution a scam, an injustice, a mockery, and a complete and total weaponization of law enforcement in order to effect a presidential election. Once the charge has ended, the prosecutor, court officer, and stenographer leave the room, and the grand juries begin deliberating. A lot of people think that Trump went ahead and announced his reelection way before people typically announce they're running for reelection, so he could claim this was to they were charging him. He basically knew this was coming. They claimed they were charging him because he's a political candidate. Now, there's nothing wrong. I heard people earlier today say it's illegal to charge a political candidate with. No, it's not. They are charged with not interfering with an election, but it's not illegal to charge anybody. If 12 or more reach a vote to indict, the foreperson would be given a hard copy indictment to sign, at which point the former president would officially, though secretly, be under indictment. That hard copy indictment would then be walked over to a nearby clerk's office where it is filed under seal. It would be unsealed at Trump's arraignment, though Bragg could ask the judge to unseal it earlier given the great public interest. It's a lot of activity to fit in the 3 hours. If the process is incomplete, the grand jury would return Wednesday afternoon to keep working. Trump had truthed earlier Saturday night that he will be arrested on Tuesday of next week, telling supporters, protest, take our nation back. But that timing was already disputed by his own attorney, could never have worked given the new final witness. The panel has so far heard from a steady stream of witnesses, including Cohen, former Trump advisor Hope Hicks, and Kellyanne Conway have also appeared and spoken to the grand jury. So it's on a grand jury's shoulders. They're supposed to listen to it. A grand jury is supposed to decide, do we have enough evidence to move forward to these charges? That way it takes it off like the prosecutor or the whoever district attorney from placing charges. The grand jury hears the evidence that would basically be at the case, and it's not is he guilty or innocent, but did he meet the qualifications, or at least we think he met the qualifications to be charged with this, and that's where it goes from there. Oh, hell, nothing can stop what is coming. Would fit an asteroid or a massive sun flare, too. That's right. If Phil predicts everything, then who cares? Who cares? Something's going to happen. If he predicts everything, then something's going to happen eventually. We just have to keep seeing if something's going to happen or not. He's predicted everything completely, and when something happens, he can say, "See, he predicted the queen would die, and he was only off by like 8.5 months on that one." And he's like, "Told you, my intel's just super early." Then he predicted that the Supreme Court had already overturned the election and made Trump the president again, and he had to take office by a certain date. And then a Supreme Court case was filed, and he said, "See, same thing, but you guys are just 2 years behind. You guys are just I sang The Locomotion once, and that was predicting the fake train wreck with the baby trains in Ohio because the tunnels are shut down. This guy's a fucking trip, man. He's not predicting shit. He's not predicting anything other than vagueness to see what his followers like and what they'll keep feeding him cash for. That's basically it. We'll talk more about Phil some other time. We'll probably get back into talking about Brad Barton. He's been one of my biggest fans. Roger just spelled wrong. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm going to hop off here. I know it's kind of a short stream tonight, but I did want to cover at least those two things. I'm not behind. Tomorrow I have a regular stream, and hopefully we'll be able to do the Patreon stream during the day, but at least plan on it for that night. We got a Patreon stream tomorrow. If you want to join Patreon, you go to patreon.com/coldbeer. You get more of the show. I still have a free show 7 days a week usually, but Patreon is extra and above. It's been a rough week for me. My mom's birthday was this week. She died suddenly in December, unexpectedly. It's been a rough week, but a lot of things have changed with the stream. A lot of people no longer here. We got some new people back, some old people back. Bucka's back. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough fucking year, to be honest with you. Thank you guys for being around. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with me and supporting me. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'm getting out of here. Have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you for the donations and support tonight. I think I thanked everybody, but if I missed you somehow, thank you as well.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Oh, shit. I do have one more video that I was going to play that I didn't. Hold on. I forgot all about this. And if you're still here, I apologize. I do have one more video I was going to play. Hold on. Someone sent me this, and I did want to play it. It looked funny. If you're still here, that's cool. If you're not, it's no big deal. But let me play this video. Here we go. I forgot about it. It does look funny. 4 old ladies, car accident, voicemail video. I got the worst memory.
Hey, Mark, excuse me. I'm on my way to 3768. Kind of got hung up. It's raining out here. I'm on my way into Dallas. Jerry's probably going to be calling you to find out where I'm at if he can't get a hold of me, I'm sure. So thought, whoa. Man, I just had a wreck right in front of me. This guy ran a red light and hit 4 old ladies in an Impala just kind of flipped and turned around right in front of me, man. That was close.
It's a voicemail.
Guy's getting out of his car. He got a white shirt on with a tiny cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's throwing his hands up in the air like it was their fault. Oh, hold on. He's going over to their window. She's rolling down the window. Oh man, I think she sprayed him with pepper spray, man. He's holding his face and he's on his knee. She's beating him with an umbrella. The other women are getting out too. There's one woman with a little black person. She's tomahawking him, man. She looks like a Sunbelt 20 horsepower jackhammer. We got another woman that's she's hitting him like he's got a cattle prod, man. She's got an umbrella and she's sticking it in his side. Oh, there's another one it's a little woman that looks like Mother Goose. She beating him. She's got this huge big bag. She beating him. She's got this huge big bag. It's huge. It's about the size of her. She's about 4 foot nothing. She hit him over the head. Everything went all over the place. Her Bible fell. She just hit him in the head with a Bible. She picked this
dude's dying.
She lifted it way over her head. It was a hardback NVI version. They're still beating the hell out of this guy. She picked his Bible up and raised it up above her head and just beamed the guy. This guy's not getting up. They're still hitting him. The one with the little black person still, pieces of it. Okay, he's up on the car. The little woman just beating him again with that big bag. He's running to his car. He's out of here. The little bitty Mother Goose woman. She's talking to him as he's driving off. I wish you would have been here, man. This is too good.
All that's on a voicemail.
There you go.
Very good. Thank you for the submission. I about forgot about it. I did say I would play it, though. So there you go. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a good night. We will see you on the next one. I am going out now. Have a good night. Support the stream while we're offline at coldbeer.fund. 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 That's right, Sean. Talk about a Bible thumper.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play haters' face.
I'll be back tomorrow for a free show and a Patreon show. Come join us. Come hang out. It'll be fun. Have a good one, guys.